I just finished up this new woodworking project. I'm going to call these Cigar Buddies. I think these are perfect for when you don't really need a whole ashtray. I'm going to show you guys how I made these, and then we'll meet back here and I'll discuss my thoughts about them. I want to start with wood selection for these first two. I'm thinking about using scrap wood or offcuts. Got my eye set on this piece of white oak. I'm just going to cut a chunk out of this. For the second one, I'm thinking about using a scrap piece of black walnut, probably this one right here. And for the third design, I'm going to go through this pile of smaller diameter maple logs to try to find a piece I want to work with. The layout for this white oak is just going to be a 3-inch square. I initially wanted to use this area down here, but I didn't like all these cracks running through the wood, so I think I'm going to put it over here. For the first line, I wanted it to be positioned to where it's relatively perpendicular to this grain right here. Now that I have the square laid out, I'm going to go ahead and put a mark directly in the middle of each side, just so I know where I need to drill. I intentionally left a little bit of extra material on this edge here, so hopefully when I'm drilling this cigar rest, it's a little bit more stable. I pretty much always use a 1-inch Forstner bit for drilling my cigar rests, but I want to try something a little bit different with this piece. I'm going to start with 7/8, then go to 1 inch, 1.125, and then finish up with 1.25 inches, just to give different options when it comes to cigar sizes. I didn't have to do much shaping to this, but I did sand the sides down to remove those bandsaw marks. Now I want to put a round over on this. I'm thinking about starting with something small. And then if I don't like that, we'll try something a little more heavy. I really like how this turned out, so I'm going to stick with that small round over. Now this just needs to be sanded down and oiled. In the meantime, I'm going to start making that second idea I have from that black walnut. To lay out this walnut, I just put some marks on this lid as a temporary solution. This is a 3¼ inch diameter circle. I put a line 1/2 inch up on the circle. That's how much this lid is going to overhang while I mark. And I drew a line going straight up so I know where I need to put my cigar rest. I'm going to start with the round over that I used for that white oak version, and same thing, if I don't like the way that edge looks, I'll choose a heavier round over. I'm happy with the way this looks, and I just got to sand this down and get it finished. And in the meantime, I'm going to get started on that idea I have for that maple log. This is the small log that I ended up choosing. With the bark on, it's right at 3 inches. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the bandsaw and get it cut up. The first cut is just going to be taking off the end of the log where I have anchor seal put on there. And then after that, I'm going to try to cut as many 3-inch pieces as I can. This next step is more of a personal preference. I think these look much better with the bark removed. When that bark's taken off, they look more like this. Then I just have to sand these down and they'll have a much cleaner look. I'm not going to be drilling out the cigar rests on these. I'm going to be taking care of that with my small router. I just need to find the area that I want relatively in the middle, and I'm going to mark an inch wide zone so that way I have some reference when I'm removing that material. In the future, I'd like to make a clamp that holds round pieces like this a little bit better, but right now I'm just going to use my vise. And to protect the surface of the wood, since the vise is metal, I just got some pieces of cork in there. To remove the material, I'm just going to be stair-stepping it down, and I put a mark at a 1/2 inch just so I know where the bottom of that cigar rest needs to be.
Now close your eyes and sleep. Sleep. Sleep.
this one is turning out pretty nice. I'm not going to put any sort of round over on this. I'm just going to take care of these sharp corners by hand sanding. And then I could put oil on all these and we can check out the final designs. Like I said before, I think these are perfect for when you don't really need a whole ashtray. Like maybe you're traveling and you need to pack a little bit lighter. These are small enough to be the perfect option. Or maybe you're just outside and you don't really need something to catch the ash. You just need somewhere to sit the cigar so it's not sitting on the edge of the table or on a dirty surface. I feel like these are a nice alternative. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and rank these. My favorite has to be this one that offers 4 different size cigar rests, followed by this natural log style. And then finally this one. I still really like this. I just like these ones better. I also think it's kind of unfortunate that I tried my best to avoid the splits in the white oak, but the area that I chose ended up having a pretty large one on the inside. Another little side note, this maple version ended up having some discoloration from what I assume is a fungal stain. Some people might not like the way that looks, but I actually like it a lot. For the design that offers 4 different size cigar rests, I want to give examples showing how a cigar would fit in each one of those different sizes. For reference, the cigar I'm using is going to have a ring gauge of 54. Here we got 7/8. Next is an inch. Inch and 1/8, and then finally 1.25 inches. I'm going to be making a few more of these to add to the shop. As of right now, I only have the one wood type to make this style, but for these other 2, I plan on offering a couple different types of wood. Feel free to let me know what your favorite design was, and like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.